I don't know if I like these lights. Let me see if I can. It's okay. All right. Welcome back to Daily Service. Sorry, I was over here looking at TikTok. Forgot I was going live somewhere else. Welcome back to Daily Service. I was not here yesterday. Out of this whole time that I have been going live, yesterday was the first day that I did not come live in 7 weeks. Now it's crazy because, so I got Imagination playing by Floetry. It's crazy because you would think that, I just would have pushed myself. I just would have came live anyway. But yet you hear me talk all the time about identity and doing the identity work. And the truth be told, my higher self, her identity would never just push herself to do something anyway. My higher self, my identity allows herself to rest when she is tired. That's my millionaire self. And when I talk about knowing your millionaire self, I truly mean knowing your millionaire self in all aspects of the word, just like that. What and how would your millionaire self respond? How would your millionaire self behave? How would your millionaire self show up? If you find yourself saying, well, she would allow herself to rest, or she wouldn't allow herself to rest. So you got a burnt out millionaire self or you got a rested millionaire self, but which one will it be? I honored my body yesterday. I was exhausted. Okay. And I honored that. And my higher self came back to me today and said, thank you. All right. I got more energy than I've had in days. I'm ready to hit the ground running. And that is because I allowed myself to rest. And as I rested, guess what else happened? Money flowed into me in ways that I was not expecting. Rest. But today, that's not what we're here to talk about today. That's not what we're here to talk about today. Matter of fact, before we get started, I got to turn this light on. Y'all gonna have to bear with me. I am so sorry. But this ain't gonna work. Okay. This ain't gonna work. I felt too in the dark. Okay, here we go. We back. Look at that. Look at that brightness. Look at the difference. So today we're going to be having a beautiful conversation about imagination. Matter of fact, Alexa, play is Imagination. I think it's by the Temptations.
Just My Imagination.
Just My Imagination.
By the Temptations.
Yes.
On Amazon Music.
I want to hear it. Just My Imagination, running away with me. It's so funny because so many of us don't use that extremely powerful gift we've been given. Our imagination creates way more than anything you will ever think. Your conscious mind doesn't have the ability to imagine. Your conscious mind doesn't have the ability to create things that it's never seen before. But guess what does? Your imagination. Your conscious mind will keep you in a loop of doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. But guess what? Not your imagination. And so I'm so excited to come and have this conversation with you today because our imaginations are the creator. Our imaginations are the connections with us to God and the magic that He has given us to be the creators we've been brought here to be. Okay? Let your imagination run away with you. Let your imagination take you to another level that you've never been on before. Let your imagination create something you have never seen. And allow yourself to experience and enjoy the magic. So it's funny because I could have just, because I didn't go live yesterday, we could have just skipped over this conversation, went straight to conversation for Thursday, because I plan out my lives at the beginning of the week. But I could not, would not, and will not skip this one. And it's actually given me a incentive inside the Manifest That Shit Society. I'm going to create something that is going to show you how to use your imagination and the magical beings within it. But today we're just going to have a conversation about it. And so I'm excited for this conversation. So, your imagination, matter of fact, Alexa, off. Thank you to Vanna, our Vanna. We thank our Vanna, and we thank the Temptations for rocking with us this morning, and Floetry for her imagination talk. But I really want to point out the fact that where your imagination lives in your body. I know you're like, duh, Jackie, in your mind. But we're going to take this a step further. It's not just that your imagination lives in your mind. Your imagination hangs out in your subconscious thoughts, your subconscious knowings, your subconscious beings. It hangs out underneath the surface where nobody can really get into unless you let them in, unless you open up the door for them to get in. See, our conscious ideas and our conscious behaviors are what we know to be true. This is the reality of it all. It's what you see right in front of you. My conscious thoughts, I see myself live right now. I see my remote control right here. These are conscious things, ideas, right? They're here. They're within reasoning, things I can understand and see. But underneath the surface and our subconscious ideas, these are things that you cannot see, you cannot feel, and you do not know about. You see, when you operate subconsciously, you're not consciously thinking to move your body. I'm not saying move my hand before I decide to move my hand. You see, I can sit there and say move my hand all day and my hands won't move. But subconsciously, the idea of moving my hands happens before I consciously realize it to be. So we have to remember, more than anything else, our subconscious mind runs the show. Our subconscious mind is the superstar. Our subconscious mind is the one that says, hey, let's do this. Let's not do this. Let's look for this opportunity. Our subconscious mind allows us to see the things that we desire. You see, I love saying this and I love talking about this, but it's like when you lose your keys. I've lost my keys. Oh my God, I can't find my keys anywhere. Right? When you've lost your keys are in the same spot that they were before. You may have checked that same spot 100 times and you still can't seem to find your keys. And the reason for that being is on a conscious level, you know that in your mind you've lost your keys. On a subconscious level, it's thinking, I can't find my keys, so therefore I won't see them. And you visually are unable to see what is right in front of you because you, in your subconscious mind, believe you have lost your keys. And it's so crazy. So I'm getting all these text messages. I have a friend who's out of the country, so she's sending lots of videos. But it's so crazy when we see this, when we know this, when we are like, hey, this is real. And then we begin to operate. You guys hear me say this all the time, minding the business of my mind. You begin to operate from the conscious level, the subconscious level. You begin to train your subconscious mind to know what it is you want to receive. We have to know, realize, and understand more than anything else in this world that is up to us to train our brain for the reality in which we want to see. Your imagination is a way to train the subconscious mind. You can't consciously tell your subconscious mind what to do because your conscious mind, it just starts there. That's just the thought that's here it is, right? It's kind of like the gateway into the subconscious thoughts. So you can say all day, I want to be rich, I want to be rich, I want to be rich. But if subconsciously you feel broke, richness will not reach you. no matter how much you say it consciously. I heard this guy today. He's a money mindset guy. And he was talking about how a lot of the gurus want you to, pile on all these conscious ideas of what you want, right? So that subconsciously you don't do anything about it. Everything that you have been feeling, thinking, it stays stuck there. And so you pile on all this information. And as you're piling it all on, you're not dealing with or healing or doing anything about the underneath. So people will tell you manifest, manifest, manifest. You're not believing harder. You're not doing this. You're not doing that. But there's so many things underneath the surface that haven't been dealt with. Inside manifest that shit. That's what we get to. We get to the root. Because we can sit up here and think all day what we want, but if on the subconscious level we don't take care of the thoughts we've already been thinking, we're going to continue to keep piling on these new ideas, but these thoughts underneath the surface are going to kick them out every time. They're going to be the butts of your joke. You're going to say, I want to be a millionaire, but that's those subconscious ideas that have been caked in at the bottom. So how do we get down, right? We definitely need to clear the ideas of the things that are blocking us. But using your imagination is how you create the new ideas in your mind. That's how you kick out the old ideas that used to be there. Because this imaginative thought, once it gets down to the subconscious mind, is already thinking, well, what if that one's not true? Because let's be honest, if I can see it, oh my gosh, Lord have mercy. If I can see it, I will be it. And the seeing starts here in the imagination, in the imaginative thoughts, in the ideas. That it can start as a conscious idea. Oh, I want to be rich. But seeing it and feeling it in your imagination matters. Okay, it matters. And we're not doing enough of it. That childlike faith comes with imagination. The childlike ideas that you can have, do, and be whatever it is that you want are within the imagination. And our imagination begins to seep into how we behave. Y'all, I gotta take this call. Oh my God. Are they gone? Oh, it's gone. They're gonna call back. Oh my God. And it's so funny because there's so much going on right now. When there's so much going on, like all around you, everything that you're doing, just so much. There's so much going on all around me. And like all the areas in my life. And I was actually talking to a family member today, and I was like, when you're thinking about things happening and you're like, all these people are making me feel like this, we need to start to begin to look within and see, what is it that I'm doing to create this? Right? Like even right now with all the things going on all around me. And when I tell you all the things, like you guys, like car stuff, health stuff, money stuff, it's all around me. And I'm like, wow, we're shifting. There's a sense of a shift going on into the new identity. And I find myself more and more playing in my imagination as I shift, but also checking in on those things and those ideas of what is going on. Am I okay? Right? Like, what is going on within me? How do I need to heal? Yesterday, inside Journal Your Business Profitable, I love my journal Your Business Profitable, and I'm doing 30 days. I'm on day 8. Well, today, day 9, April 9th. I'm on day 9. And I'm doing Journal Your Business Profitable. And so yesterday, and the day before for day 8, yesterday for day 8, it was about forgiveness and forgiving. And then the day before, day 7, was about writing your forgiveness list. And I used to make this big, long list of all these people. I don't do that anymore. When I do a forgiveness list, the forgiveness goes to me first. Like, I forgive you. I forgive you for holding on to these ideas that all of these things are to be true about you. I forgive you for I forgive you for all the things, right? And a lot of it is those underneath, those subconscious ideas that are holding me back. And it's a constant forgiving of self. Like, I forgive you, girl. I forgive you. I forgive you. It's okay. It's okay. I know we've been programmed to think this. I forgive you. But I don't just stop with the forgiveness, or I don't just stop with the negative things. I literally get deep into the, you guys, for the last, oh my gosh, I think for this last week, today's Thursday, 4 days, I have been literally hunkering down, journaling, using my imagination, and staying there, hanging out there, regardless of what's going on in the outer world. Because I realize more than anything, I already created this. My reasoning has already taken me this far to understand what these things are. But what I want to create next is going to be something so big that it shakes not just me, but the world around me. But my imagination is creating this magical story. Oh my God. Is my TikTok off? Oh my God, I'm so sorry, TikTok. I'm like, what is going on over here? Oh my God, because my phone started ringing. I started playing with my phone. But we are the creators. That was my whole point in starting daily service, is to remind us that we are the creators and we've been brought here to create. And the more that we use our imagination, the more that we create magicalness. You know, imagining things is the dreaming, the unrealistic dream. Some dreams you're over here trying to wake up for. Think about it. They're nightmares. And some of us are living our own nightmares right now because this is something that we've imagined. Stop putting the pressure on everybody else and realize that it's you. It is you. And we can fix it. We can do everything that we need to do to make it different. But it is that first acknowledgement of, I did this. Forgive yourself for all that has been done. And then begin to imagine something beautiful. If I created this, I can create something bigger, better, and bolder. We are allowed to be something awesome. We are allowed. But your imagination is what goes beyond what you know currently or what you've seen. I love when I hear people say, I never saw anybody with a job like that, but I would have loved that. But we could imagine it for ourselves. Your imagination shows you more than what is currently available. It shows you beyond what you can ever really think to be possible. It's so funny because even in my journal, Journey of Business Profitable, at the end of each day, there's this whole passage of writing out what it is that you think, right? Like this I am statement of what it is you're manifesting. And so I was writing out my I am statement, and I said, I am making I receive $1 million. It's this beautiful statement, and you just write all the rest. And instead of doing what I had done before, I decided that I was going to do something unimaginable. I was going to write something different down, and it is unimaginable. Like, it is like, I am receiving $1 million this month. Unimaginable. Okay. And the funny part about what is so beyond understanding of it is, I do not know how, I do not know when, and I do not know where. And I keep in my mind, I keep my conscious mind, because my conscious mind wants to have this sense of understanding, right? So my conscious mind keeps being like, well, the only way anything like that could ever happen would be if you won the lotto. And so my conscious mind keeps trying to say the lotto, the lotto, the lotto. But I said, we talk about infinite possibilities. I'm open to them all. And so subconsciously, the idea of what happens next It has to be within my imagination. When you are using your imagination, you're not reasoning. There is no sense of, oh, this makes sense. It has to be completely unreasonable. Something beyond your sense of understanding. And that's exactly where I am. $1 million this month. How? I don't know. Matter of fact, I even said, because that's part of the you talk about where you want the money to flow through, right? And it'll be like, I am, receiving, you put your amount this month, this year, put the time period. And then at the bottom of it, this is what I call the boss statement. At the bottom of it, you say, in what way? By your successful, you just kind of give it away, right? And that's your sense of expected money rather than the unexpected money. And I said, with my successful imaginative power, I am literally writing that down. With my successful imaginative power, I write that down. I write that, since I've been doing it, I've actually only been writing it down in that specific way for the last 3 days, but I write it down 6 times. And so, yeah, now it's obviously getting into the subconscious, because it's in the subconscious. And my imagination was like $1 million this month with my successful imaginative power. And you see, I laugh because it's like, girl, I don't know how. I do not know how. But what I do know is this. My imagination is so powerful, it can and will create it. I know you're like, dang, Jackie, for real? For real. Our imaginations are so powerful, it can and it will create it. That is the beautiful part about everything that we do. You are the creator. You've been brought here to create. Your imagination is the beginning of said creation. Okay? That's where we start. That's where the fun begins. That's where you get to be childlike. That's the easy lifting. And I say it's easy, but the reality of it is, it's like I said, that other stuff, that gunky stuff that is still in there, that programming that you've been experiencing, if you don't at least acknowledge it, it will get stuck in there like anything. Like, oh my gosh, my daughter, I make her lunch and she loves all sorts of different kinds of lunches, right? And so we be putting pasta and all sorts of like gooey, ooey, ooey stuff inside the thermos. And it's funny because if you don't get in there real good and clean out the thermos, that stuff gets stuck on the walls, right? Because there's like a lip to kind of keep the heat in and all this other stuff. So the stuff gets stuck on the walls inside the thermos. And so until you get a towel in there and really get around the edges, you're not really cleaning that thing or doing that thing any really good justice. Because just throwing water in there ain't gonna do it. Right. And so that's the same thing. Until you get in there and acknowledge that these are some of the thoughts that you have thunk in the past, you don't clear out that gunk and that junk. And then even when you're imagining that gunk and that junk, let's say we throw in some new stuff. Right? Let's say we didn't have pasta before. Now I'm going to throw in some chicken nuggets. Them chicken nuggets is going to get pasta on them. They probably won't taste as good. They won't look as good. Okay. So let us be reminded that until you clear out the stuff underneath the surface, you can throw in as much stuff as you want inside your imagination. You're going to get some gunk on it. Some of those ideas, those limiting beliefs are going to hop on to the new idea and constantly be dragging you down. But this imaginative power of yours can create anything and everything. And then when you look at the people around you and you notice the way they're creating and what they're creating, you're like, wow. I can do that. It's so funny when I sit here and think about it. I hate to even bring this crazy person up, but the current crazy person in office in the United States, he, I would say, imagined or manifested becoming president. And a lot of the things that he says, as you can tell, he's throwing things at the wall, hoping something sticks. But every single time he is manifesting something, because if you go back and look at some of the old videos that he talked about exactly what he's doing right now, you'll notice that it came with all his insecurities and all his problems. And so none of this is going, I'm sure, as they are hoping it would, because it's coming with a whole bunch of junk and gunk. Until we clean out what's underneath the surface, when we're manifesting, it's not going to look as good as we want it to. It's going to come with a whole bunch of problems, drama, chaos, because we haven't cleared out a lot of the things underneath the surface. So yes, please use your imagination. Get good at it. But the moment that you start doing it and you start noticing but you don't know nobody, like all those ideas that start to come up and tell you that you can't, you won't, and you shouldn't, I want you to acknowledge them. Don't ignore them. Don't push them to the side. Because this sense of, and we're going to be talking about this tomorrow as far as identity goes, but this sense of who you've been holding on to, you got to get in there. Come on, next level, Mia. But this sense of who you've been holding on to, she is going to stop the progress, stop the advancement, stop the magic. That is you. The true you, the one who is ready and really ready to create. That those ideas that are in there, those things that are on your heart, they've been put there for a reason. And you get to create in a big, bold way. You get to, by using your imagination, by looking at the thoughts and taking it to the next level, letting the magic just settle in, letting those childlike ideas just flow. They don't have to make sense. You heard my affirmation. $1 million this month, baby. And no matter what happens, I'm still going to believe it. I'm still going to believe it. I may roll this manifestation into next month. I'm still going to believe it. Why? Because guess what? My imagination creates. Let me tell y'all, I'm trying to explain it to you, and it's crazy. I have been hanging out in my imagination so much. Y'all hear what I write down? What you write, you invite, baby. Okay? Y'all don't even know. I be sitting here and out there meditating for 20 minutes every day, and I feel it. And then I journal about it. And then I turn around and I meditate again, but this time I'm visualizing myself walking into it and experiencing all that has come with it. Okay? You are the creator. You've been brought here to create. And let's do that. Use your magic. Use your intuitive, imaginative thought. So funny, I was listening to Reverend Ike this morning, and he said just this, and I was like, this is crazy because I'm going to be talking about imagination today, and here he is talking about imagination. But he said, reasoning has no imagination. When you find yourself in the conscious ideas and you start trying to reason the who, the what, the where, the how, and the all the things, it has no imagination. You have stepped out of the imaginative power the moment you begin to reason. And imagination has no reasoning. Imagination has no sense of this makes sense, because it doesn't. Because it's never been done before. I hear a lot of people, oh, being a business owner is so hard. Is it? Or is it because we're stretching out into a realm of things that have never been done before, making money in a way doing things that have never been done before. Let's be honest, it lacks reasoning. And that's what scares people, because it don't make no sense. Your imagination is going to create ideas that make no sense. I want us to think about it. All great inventions made no sense. They probably came with something drawn on a little piece of paper, talking about, oh yeah. So let's just talk about Thomas Edison real quick. Oh yeah, the light bulb. Everybody's like, a light bulb. How you gonna get the fire in there? How? We've been using candles and things of that nature. The little candle lamps with the fire. We've been using that. How you gonna do that? That don't make no sense. Right? When they started to create cars, it didn't make no sense. How you gonna take a horsepower out of a horse and put it in a vehicle? It didn't make no sense. When you are creating what you're creating, the imaginative ideas that you have will not make sense. And that's what makes you magical. That's what makes you powerful. That's what makes everything that you are going to create never been seen before. And that's when people start to label it as difficult, hard. But it's not hard. It's just your imagination creating, getting to work, doing what it's been put there to do. The Wright brothers, when they started creating the plane, that was an imaginative idea. They wanted to be like the birds. That didn't make no sense. Matter of fact, their father told them they're gonna go to hell for it. And every time I board a plane, I thank a Wright brother. Okay? Because their idea to get and make something new that didn't make sense has made it easier for all of us to travel. Think about it. So your imaginative idea could cure something, could heal something, could break something in a generation that needs to be broken. Use your imagination, play in it, have fun with it. Don't put it down. Don't begin to be like, oh man, that's too, I'm over here acting like a little kid. Good. Because the more you do that, the more creative you will be. The more creative you will be, the more magic you'll create. The more magic you'll create, the better this whole world will be. Do you see who's actually out here using their imagination, creating stuff right now? And it's scary. Because what they're creating is causing chaos. So what you see internally in your mind is always possible externally. It is always something you can receive. See it in your mind first. I don't care if nobody else has done it before. I don't care if you ain't seen it ever happen in this lifetime. Create it. Telling you, we can go down the list of all the inventors. They all were out there doing stuff that we ain't never thought of before. I love seeing new videos on TikTok, Instagram, all the things. I'm like, oh, they out here doing something new. I love it. Phone is going off. But imagination is creation before the evidence. Imagination is creation before you get actual evidence. So right now, this is what we're going to do. This is going to be the activation. Okay. It's going to be quick. I want you to just close your eyes for a moment and fully see your next level life, where you're on your way to being. Just see it. See yourself there. See yourself experiencing it. See yourself walking around as you in this next level life. Maybe you're traveling. Maybe you're, in a new car. Maybe you're in a new house. But see yourself. Thank you. Thank you for the love. See yourself. Okay. Just visually, truly, truly see yourself. And then I want you to feel it. What do you feel around you? What can you touch? What can you see and touch? And then what can you hear? Do you hear kids laughing? Do you hear silence of peace? Do you hear the ocean crashing against the shore? Do you hear people constructing and building your house? What do you hear? And then I want you to, what do you smell? Do you smell the ocean? Do you smell a party, somebody baking cakes? What do you smell? What are you tasting? What can you eat in this immediate environment around you? Right? Enjoy that. Feel it with all your senses and get into it and notice the feeling in your body. And then for the rest of the day today, I want you to go out there and feel just that. Maybe you felt the freedom of being on vacation and not having to clock out of your 9 to 5. Maybe you felt the newness of your new car and in the seat and the wheel. The moment you get behind your wheel today, imagine yourself in that car. But take this imaginative energy into your day and play there all day long. I tell people all the time, I love to do this. I get on my treadmill and I'll walk on my treadmill and pretend I'm in Italy. Ooh, look at that. Oh, I see the gondola. They so cute. Look at that couple. And I'm just walking down the streets in Italy in my mind. Use your imagination at every possible moment that you can today and watch the evidence show up later. Okay? I want you to say to yourself, imagination is creation. I needed to hear that today. Yes! Imagination is creation. It's exactly what it is, because that is the area between your subconscious mind and your conscious ideas. And your imagination takes it to the next level. It takes it to a level you ain't even been at yet. Your conscious mind, it's only going to take you so far because it only can take you to what it's seen before. Any great anything created it because they saw it in their mind first. Bigger, better, bolder than we ever knew to be possible. That's why iPhone and Android, they keep updating because they keep coming up with new ideas and new ways to create it and make the phone experience even better for us. So we have to be the seer of our own visions now and create these visions for our reality to make things easier and better on us daily. You are the creator. You've been brought here to create. That's exactly what we do inside the Manifest That Shit Society. It is all about getting into that imagination and really creating it. And I make my people hang out there. I hang out there. I hang out my imagination so tough. I don't know what it feels like to be out of it sometimes. And then when I come out of it, I'm like, oh God, I don't like it out here. Let me go back. But then I also remember I created this reality that I'm currently in. I forgive myself for whatever it is I created I wasn't a fan of, and I move forward to create something bigger, better, bolder that I cannot wait to be a part of. Okay? So we are the creator, and this is how we create. We see it, and then we live it. So if you want, join me inside the Manifest That Shit Society. It is phenomenal. Right now, we're dropping videos of mirror work inside the society. It has been, the mirror work is like no other. I'm going to tell y'all right now, the mirror work is like no other. If you really want to get into mirror work and you're like, I just don't know how, and what, or who, or I don't know, come join us inside the society. You get 14 days for free, and it will help you get in there, do some mirror work, and see if this is the group you really want to hang with. Trust me, it is. Trust me, it is. Everybody else may not believe what you believe, but you know that you're magical. Come and be with the magic, and we will see you and raise you and help you grow into all it is you're meant to be. All right. But I love y'all so much. We will be back again tomorrow. I want to say 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. The funny part is when I'm in Bible study, we get Bible study so good, and then I don't have time to stop, do my hair, and then get on here. So I will be here around 10, 11 o'clock tomorrow for another daily service. I am going to be blending what I was going to talk about Thursday into Thursday and Friday. So we will be having a beautiful conversation about rehearsing the wrong identity. So the identity we've been rehearsing may not be the right one. and looking at ourselves as the future we want to see. So we're going to get deep into that tomorrow. So I love y'all. Thank you for being here for daily service. Please, please, please use your imagination today in every way possible, in your thoughts, in your sights, in your smell, in your touch, in your speaking, everything. Hang out there and watch you create the most beautiful life you ain't never seen yet. All right. I love y'all. Thank you so much for the love, R333 Nicey. I appreciate you. You are the bomb. And I love the 333. That is amazing. Perfect numbers. Perfect numbers. Have the best day. You are magic. You are creation. You are the beauty we want to see in the world. Let's be the change, and you be sure to show up as that change today. Thank you, CEO Hotline. Yes, appreciate you, babe. I love y'all so much. We'll be back again tomorrow. Like I said, thank you, and you're welcome. Likewise. Thank you, babe. We'll be back again tomorrow around 10 o'clock a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Set a notification so you can know when we're going live. Daily service is so powerful. I do not want you to miss it because we are learning all things creation. We're reminding ourselves we are the creator. We've been brought here to create, and we're actually getting out there and we're doing the damn thing. So get out there, use your imagination today, have fun with it, know who it is you're becoming, walk as her now. Love y'all. Bye.